Good day, my lovelies! I am back with another video. So this time, instead of showing you another painful spoken poetry that I usually do, pause muna tayo sa mga kadramahan because now I will fill your brains with the lessons that I have learned from one of the subjects that I am currently taking up. This video is gonna be packed with information, so feel free to pause, rewind, or rewatch as many times as necessary if you want to absorb everything. Don't you worry, this won't take long. Well, I hope so. Just bear with me, okay? And I know you love me naman, so I will take advantage with that. So anyways, the subject that I am talking to is CPN 102 or Construction Cost Engineering. This course primarily deals with cost engineering and accounting systems and construction projects. It will more likely focuses on the basic and advanced aspects of engineering economics, cost estimating, cost control, cost forecasting, or even planning and scheduling that engage in engineering and construction projects. So, the first topic that I will be sharing to you is all about PMIS or Project Management Information System. What is PMIS? Project Management Information System or PMIS is a software application that helps project managers to do their work easier by organizing the information that they have collected for a certain project so that they will not be drowned by too much data. It is made to support all aspects of project management and the information they monitor or collect. By that, project managers were able to plan and execute the project successfully and finish it on time. PMIS has two phases. These are the information system and project management. These two must always put together because by the absence of one, PMIS will not function. So let me first talk about information system. It is simply an organizational system designed to collect, process, store, and distribute information. It can also define as an integration of components for data collection, storage, and processing, with the data used to provide information and contribute knowledge as well as digital products that aid decision making. Information system has components such as task, structural roles, people, and technology. Of course, as we gather data's information, we need to consider the work itself, the people, resources, materials, and even machine to make it work. But take note that the latter will also differ depending on the type of the project. For example, if we talk about road projects, of course, the data and the information that we will be gathered are necessarily related to road construction. Kay, wad yung mahitabong trabaho o sa pagpangolekta palaman sa data daan, wa na nakadimao. So, that is why people should always reminded about the importance of information system in PMIS because the malfunction of the software will surely bring chaos to the progress of the project. Before proceeding to the second phase of PMIS, let me end my learning in information system with its types: the transaction processing system, management information system, decision support system, and lastly, the executive information system. These are like the hierarchical stages that works for the entire information system. So if we say transaction processing system, it composed of the workers and considerably the most valuable to an organization. Though it is the lowest rank among the four, we cannot deny the fact that if a fatal breakdown happened in this stage, this might derail the entire organization as it is the one who help the operational managers to control all the basic activities and transactions that take place within the organization. Let's say you are building your dream house. Everything is ready, as in ang material set na tanan. Construction na lang ang kulang. But then it happened that few of the workers that you have hired got sick. So, it will surely result to a delay of work kay kuwangan naman ka og mga trabahante. Ang halin man pud og patrabahoon gapon nimo sila nga nangasakit naman gani. Then, if you are planning to find temporary workers, it would still take time. You can find workers in the duration of approximately 1 day at most. So, dili gihapon kang isang adlaw. And the preceding prominent levels are composed of middle manager, senior manager, and the executives. They are the ones who are responsible for managing the daily workflow of their team, supervise those individuals to ensure that work operations are running efficiently, and overseeing the operation and activities of the entire department respectively. So, that's all for the first phase of PMIS, which is the information system. And now, let me proceed to the second phase of PMIS, which is the project management. There are a lot of things to consider in managing a project or business. It will not work in just one aspect. There's a need of improvement and awareness of the economic changes. Don't stick to what you already have. Learn to discover new things and ways to keep your project on run. And bear in mind that project manager should always know his or her responsibilities for the completion of the project. These followings are the project management activities. First, of course, planning the work. Planning assists us to prioritize tasks in a systematic way, allowing us to do more in less time. The second one, assessing the risk. It helps to limit the chance of project risk exposure and raise awareness for the precise and clear decision making on key issues within every project phase. Estimating the resources. Check if the resources or supplier are capable to provide your demands. And of course, organizing the work. It is very significant because being organized in all aspects help us to save and provide us more time to do the other task. In short, it will make us productive. Acquiring human and material resources. So in this activity, ang hinamusod ang BOQ or Bill of Quantities. Next one, assigning task. It improves project productivity and help project manager to make sure that the project will succeed and stay on time and on budget. Directing activities helps the management to achieve its objectives. Then, controlling project executions. Having a project execution plan aids in the assignment of tasks and responsibilities, the establishment of the clear expectation and deliverables, and the ability to correct course if problems arise. Then, reporting progress. It will help to track the progress of the project and critical issues that might happen along the way. Then, the second to the last, which is analyzing result. It will assist how capable and the management in making decision. So, ano na may bawaan kung okay na bang isa ka project for polishing. Then, the last one, which is final deliverables, which anhinang activity dapat polish na ang tanan for takeover. So, moreover, project management must deal with 5 key variables. First, the scope refers to the extent of the project with which it is relevant. Then, time, duration time given for the completion of the project. Then, the third one, cost. It refers to the product of time and the cost of human resources required to complete the project. Then, quality indicates how well the end results of a project meet the management specified objectives. And the last one, which is risk, an uncertain event that may or may not occur during the project. I am done discussing the 2 phases of PMIS, which are the information system and project management. So now, I will be talking more about PMIS itself, its values, components, and challenges to its implementation. During the course of a project life cycle, a great deal of data is created, exchanged, and stored. People appear to be constantly interacting and providing updates. It's easy to lose track of something in the shuffle, but what if that misplaced fragment is a crucial change? PMIS comes in to organize and control flow of information, so nothing is misplaced. By that, data are delivered to the right party and that person knows that they are being notified. For planning, execution, and closing process, PMIS helps respectively with scheduling tasks and critical path analysis, helps with the cost and forecast scheduling if changes are required mid-project, and helps review requirements to make sure that the project has met all its goal and objectives. So in choosing PMIS system, it is very important to consider all the possible features and capabilities that PMIS has to offer that brings best and fits the needs of the organization. Most project management information differs in scope, design, and offered features. They vary depending upon on organization's operational requirements as what I said. But though they have different references, considering the 6 features and capabilities is still necessary. The features and capabilities that I am talking to are the following: planning and scheduling, budget, reporting and communication, resource management, control and performance, and integration and ease of use. So let's say you and your friend plan to buy materials for your school project, and instead of going to the same store, you both decided to take separate paths. You both have different references in choosing your materials, but still, you both have in mind the important features that you both should consider because that is what is required. So, it's the same thing in choosing PMIS system. Actually, PMIS is designed to support all aspects of project management and the information they monitor. So, here are those areas of information. First, integration management, which refers to the coordination of all elements of a project. Then, project scope management, which is the process for determining and documenting a list of all project goals, tasks, and deliverables, and so on. Project cost management, a technology-based method for measuring cost and productivity across the entire life cycle of enterprise-level projects. Then, project time management involves analyzing and developing a project completion schedule and timeline. The next one, project quality management. The process of measuring the quality of all activities on a continuous basis and taking corrective action until the desired quality is achieved. Project communication management, a set of processes that ensures the right messages are sent, received, and understood by the right people. Then, project risk management, the process of identifying, analyzing, and responding to any risk that arises during the course of a project's life cycle in order to keep the project on track and on target. Project procurement management, it is the process of acquiring all the materials and services needed for the project. Project stakeholder management refers to a person, group, or organization who may influence, be influenced by, or perceive themselves to be influenced by a project decision, activity, or outcome. So to improve the quality of the information used in management planning, control, and reporting, the 5 modules were developed. They are used for assisting the project management team, and they are the components of Project Management Information System, namely the Project Performance Indicator Tracking System, Procurement Planning and Monitoring System, Disbursement Planning and Tracking System, Procurement Activity Tracking System, and Project Planning and Scheduling System. As we already know that the importance of management information system based on my previous discussion, let me end this topic with the possible challenges that might happen along the implementation of PMIS. These are the lack of coordination among the different teams, burden of responsibility, unsynchronized priorities and timelines, wastage in decision making, lack of necessary skill set, and lack of motivation or interest. These factors are the crucial things that must be avoided in managing a project, because this will surely be the reason of the delay of works or even will lead to the worst scenario, which is project failure. But be reminded that having challenges along the way is normal. All we need to do is to face them bravely and resolve them seriously, because through them we learn how to be better and become wiser, specifically with the next actions that we will take. Because even in life, success comes with challenges. Each day, we must strive for constant and never-ending improvement, as challenges are what make life is interesting. So by overcoming them, it's what makes them meaningful. That's the end for PMIS topic, and now the second topic that I will be sharing to you is the introduction to construction costs. This might be a brief discussion as it is just an introduction, or maybe not. So let me start with the definition of construction cost. It is only a small part of total cost of property development. A significant amount of the total development cost is spent on land acquisition, planning, feasibility studies, and the entitlement procedure. The developer's ability to reach or surpass their construction cost objective will have an impact on the real estate pro forma. Construction is usually the final significant capital commitment made before property owners and management begin reaping the utility or profits of the asset. Before work begins on a project, cost estimate experts are consulted to ensure that the goals set are realistic and achievable. There are factors that considerably affecting construction cost. First is labor, comprises all man-hours spent on the construction project, from project owner supervision to subcontractor apprentice. Next is the materials. These include manufactured products like components, fittings, items of the equipment and systems, naturally occurring materials such as stone, timber, and thatch, and backfilling for excavation. And overhead and profit. When we say overhead, it refers to the cost of running a firm, insurance, bonds, office supplies, wages, transportation, expenditures, utilities, accounting charges are all included. And after paying for employment costs and overhead, profit is the amount left over. So, after nababayaran ang tanan, kung sa itong nabilin, suman na to ang ginansya. Then, construction cost estimate, moreover, is a fundamental principle in predicting a structure's construction cost. Construction cost estimation is also used by project owners to establish a project's feasibility, scope, and appropriate budget allocations. Construction estimation techniques ensure that the contractor does not lose money and that the client does not overpay. When we say estimate, it is nearly impossible to for the initial construction estimate to correspond for the project cost. This does not mean, however, lower the importance of a comprehensive construction estimate, because estimating assists owners of project in analyzing the project's suitability and viability, the ability of a builder to assess a project's financial potential. The procurement team is in charge of the project's funding. The ability of the project team to make critical design for material selection could have a favorable or negative impact on the project's cost. There are three categories on how estimates are used, namely design estimates, bid estimates, and control estimates. When we say design estimates, we mean that they are already prepared during the pre-design phase. The preliminary design estimate is used to assess the viability of various construction methods. The schematic design is then used to generate another estimate. Then finally, a more detailed estimate is created based on further design developments. Following this templated approach can assist in determining the initial cost assessment of a project. For the second one, which is the bid estimates, contractors prepare the estimates as part of the construction bidding process. Construction contractors prepare estimates using a variety of data sources, including quantities from material takes-off, which are the detailed measurement of materials and labor needed to complete a construction project, subcontractor costs, supervision charges, and direct costs, which is also known as overhead cost. Then lastly, the control estimates. They are also prepared prior to the start of construction. They serve as a baseline for estimating and monitoring construction costs as the project progresses. Estimating construction cost is one of the most important yet often overlooked stages in the construction process. It takes time, and the wide selection of the activities involved in the construction cause many people to neglect the exercise. However, there are methods where we can choose from based on what is convenient for us. First is the unit cost estimating. It is a quick, easy, and accurate way to estimate construction cost, where cost estimators assign a unit cost to each component of the construction process. Setting unit prices refines the process over time because subsequent projects can be changed and modified for more accurate estimates. It's centered on determining a cost for the materials, equipment, and labor for each component of a building. Stick estimation is a popular method for cost estimation, but it is also time-consuming. This method is used by listing every possible cost in the job. It is a precise estimation method, but it is time-consuming. Then, empirical cost inferencing method. To estimate the cost of a project, this method employs statistics and mapping technique. So if you do not know how to use this method, it is better not to use it. It would be beneficial if you had someone on your team who does this explicitly. Then, lastly, the production function. It connects the amount built to factors like labor and materials. To achieve a given output, you must first find the best input. It can be quite accurate in estimating project input and output relationships. So after an estimate has been completed, bidding will follow. Following the bid selection, a construction contract will be established. This contract establishes a legal enforceable agreement between the owner and the builder, stating that the completed job will be compensated in a particular sum. It may also specify how the compensation will be allocated. There are various forms of construction contracts in use in the business, but construction professionals favor particular types of construction contracts, and one of these is cost plus contract, which entails payment for real expenditures, purchases, or other expenses incurred directly as a result of building work. It's utilized when the scope isn't defined, and the favor needs to set some boundaries on how much the contractor can bill. When some of the aforementioned alternatives are implemented, the incentives will safeguard the owner's interest and prevent them from being paid for improvements that aren't necessary. So let us all take a deep breath because finally it is over. I know your brain cells are still in the process of accommodating those tons of information, but I still hope that you were able to learn some of them. Because we never know when one of you will become a contractor in the future, or an engineer, or even just work in an organization. Those will surely be a big help for you. Thank you for lending your time to watch this video. I hope you learned something. And that's all for today's video. I hope you enjoy it. Remember to keep safe, everyone. Bye!